So our formula sheet has surface area of some other shapes as well. We're going to do a couple of examples of those other shapes just to get used to them. The volume formulas on your formula sheet, those are more things that we use the same formula sheet in the grade 11 essentials. And in grade 11 essentials, you do more stuff with surface area and volume. So we look at the volume stuff more in the grade 11 class. But you have the same formula sheet, so you're sort of used to it. The nice thing about formulas is once you learn how to work with one formula and learn how formulas work, you can work with any formula. So here, we want to find the surface area of a sphere. We go to our formula sheet and we see, oh, there's a shape of a sphere there and there's a formula. The formula says surface area equals 4 pi r squared. So when we're trying to figure out how do I use this formula, we look at the formula and notice the only thing that's listed there that's a letter, because pi is a number, is the r. So we have to know, what does that r stand for? And in this case, it's going to stand for the radius. So we look at the question that we have and say, do I have the radius or could I find the radius? And in the picture that we have the radius. The radius is 30. So our surface area, now we put brackets in and replace the r with a 30, and now we have 4 pi 30 squared. So we can type this into our calculator just like we see it there. 4 times pi times 30 squared. Push enter, and we get our surface area is 11,309.7. So check your calculations. Our units is meters, so we write our meters squared because we're talking about area. So check your calculator, see if you get that same value. It says find the surface area of a cone. Now when we go to our formula sheet and look at the cone, oops, pi r s. Okay, and then it says on our formula sheet that is the slanted side only. What does that mean? That means that it's not including, our formula sheet is not including the bottom. So if we're going to want to find the surface area of the whole cone that includes the bottom, we're going to have to add the bottom to it. So first, let's just find the surface area of that slanted side. So when they say the slanted side, that's this part, the cone that goes all the way around. So all we need on this formula, there's an r. That r stands for the radius again. And we have a new variable here, so we have to learn what this s stands for. The s stands for the slant height. And in our example, our slant height is 10. Our height is 8.7, but we don't need that for our formula. And our radius is 5. So if we go to our formula, and now that we know what each of the things are, we can put in 5 for our radius, 10 for our slant height, go to our calculator, and do pi times 5 times 10. We get 157.
Is that 5? Is that really half, or is that the actual? No, my God. Is that around?
Just because it was 5 on my diagram.
Is 5 the diameter of that?
No, 5 is this. According to the picture, that there's a red line right here.
Okay.
So 5 would be the radius. We get 157.1. Now that's the surface area of only the round part. If we wanted to add the green part to it, we would have to add, what shape is on the bottom? A circle. So we would have to take our surface area with the green, be 157.1, and now we have to add a circle, and we go to our formula sheet, and the area of a circle is pi r squared. So we would add 25 pi to it. So we go to our calculator, do pi times 5 squared, and add it to the 157. And we get a final surface area here of 235.6. centimeters squared for our final answer.